Good Friday morning, gang. How's it going? We'll give everybody a couple of seconds to see if anybody pops on live here. How's your week been?
Okay.
You do not look amazed this morning, sir.
I don't look amazed.
No.
I guess I'm not.
Or amused.
Amused. That's two different words.
I know. Either one, though. You don't look either.
Yeah, I'm not.
You don't look either. So, you've been kind of dragging a little bit.
Yeah, well. We all drag.
We do. We do. We
Can't be perfect every day.
Yeah, but, you know. So those of you that don't know, Troy, about 18 months ago, I guess, fell off a ladder. And I wasn't home. Was I in the ER with your dad? No, your dad? I don't remember. But anyway, he texted me and it's like, oh, I fell off a ladder. Putting the numbers up on our house that hadn't been up since the end. And I'm like, are you okay? And he's like, oh, no, it went down on me, blah, blah, blah. So, of course, you know, he didn't, Dr. Heal Thyself kind of thing. Did not go to the ER or to a doctor until way too long a time had passed. And so now you pay the price for that every once in a while, right?
Honestly, they wouldn't have been able to do anything more then than they can now, and I don't want any part of either.
No, he does not want to be cut on. Does not. So now he's got this turtle brace on.
I have numerous braces.
He does. He's got numerous, but we ordered. I don't know why they call it a turtle shell, but it's not. I was expecting it to be like what your mom wore when I brought her home.
Yeah, no, they don't do that anymore.
I brought his mom home years ago. She had stenosis surgery, and if he was still doing surgery, you probably would let him touch you, right?
Probably.
Yeah. So Troy's mom had a fabulous neurosurgeon who had worked on a bunch of people in your family over the years. But
we both worked with him at the hospital too.
Yeah, you worked with him in the hospital. But anyway, I pick her up and they put this brace on it and it's literally a turtle shell. Like it's hard in the back and hard in front. And so when he ordered this new brace, it said something that made me think it was going to look like that, but he doesn't like a turtle, so it's okay. No Ninja Turtle for him. So anyway, well, good morning, gang. Happy Friday. If you're new around here, my name's Kathy Robinson Pickett, and I'm the founder and director of Friends Together. And on our social media pages, we talk all things Friends Together, social justice, medical, mental health, and maybe whatever the current affairs of the day are. And my husband Troy.
Hi.
I
did get to talk every now and then.
He can talk all he wants. He's the mental health side of this here duo. And so first off, let's start with Friends Together update. Thank you, Danielle Frazier and family and friends. Danielle went with us to Tanzania in 2019. She had wanted to go with us for many years, and Danielle is a vet and a nurse and a teacher too. She's a teacher now, but she's a vet and a nurse, and she is the reason we put our first nursing student through nursing school, who is going to graduate really soon. But anyway, she knew we were having a hard time raising money for shoes. And so last week she put up on her Facebook page, she gave everybody a week in her friend group to sponsor shoes and then that she would match them. So by last night with her sponsorship, we have 26 pairs of shoes sponsored from her friend group. So thank you to her mom and to her friends and to her husband, Chris. You guys rock. That's really awesome. So somebody's going to ask me how many pairs of shoes were away, and I really didn't look it up, but it's under 20. I think 16, maybe 16, 17. And if you did not see the post earlier this week, on Monday, we had 1,650 period kits made that have been sewn by our TAFCOM students and put together. So we are short 350 from our goal. So we're getting really close, and we have 52 days to go to raise it. So if you'd like to sponsor a girl, remember $15 sponsors pads for a full year, and absolutely changes the trajectory of a young woman's life and allows her to stay in school and go to work and those sort of things. 2,000 was a huge goal for us for this year. I wanted to set something big because it is my 40th year of being HIV positive, and our 25th year of Friends Together, and our 20th year in Tanzania. So we set a big goal, and I wasn't sure we were going to make it, but with your help, we're going to make it. And so it's super, super, super exciting. So this weekend, we're having a pack-up day. We're going to do some serious packing and sorting because the weekends are ticking away, and I have other things I have to do. I've got one weekend where I'm teaching C's, and I've got one weekend where my nephew's going to be graduating from high school. So our weekends are limited here to get things done. So if you are local and you want to help on any weekend, just let me know. Or if you want to help tomorrow, it's Saturday, just let me know. We'll be here sorting and packing. Lauren, Lisa are coming, so we'll be good on that. So you're going to be glad, aren't you?
It never gets cleaned. For
those of you that don't know Troy in person, he has a little OCD about him. Although lately it's been very less or medicated one. I'm not totally sure which. No, not really. It's just been less. He's been really understanding about the fact that, we need space to sort and to do all those things. We used to have a storage unit, and we were able to work in the storage unit because we had a great big one, but every few months they went up and they went up and they went up. And we started the storage unit at like $110. And that was right at the beginning of COVID. COVID had started, but right in that time frame. And we got rid of it about 9 months ago because it was $550. I mean, they just kept increasing it and increasing it and increasing it. And it got prohibitive. I couldn't afford that. So we do it here now. And a lot of our volunteers have stuff at their house too. So we just kind of spread out. That's what we do. So we had a lot to talk about this week, but I kind of want to start. I told Troy when he popped on. Now see, I can see you guys are on, but it's not telling me who's on. So I think if you put it in the comments, if you're on and you want to put it in the comments so I know you're here, that's great. This weekend is the anniversary of Columbine. And I don't know for how many of you that brings up emotions or thoughts or memories or anything, but I was just telling Troy, when Columbine happened, and we were living together, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, when Columbine happened, a couple of days after it, my good friend Woody Wilbanks and I had to fly to Denver to be there for a Title III meeting for the Department of Health. And I can remember we went to the site, and I can remember we were having this conversation, and it wasn't believable. Like, it just wasn't even believable. Like, you couldn't process what had happened. And at the same time, you were thinking, okay, this can never happen again. Surely something's going to change and this will never happen again. And now it's to the point that we can't even name all the school shootings that have happened in a year. And that's, to me, just amazing. But anyway, we always try to remember stuff like that and Friends Together. And Monday was the anniversary of the Boston Marathon as well. So we've got stuff up on the page about it. But we've never had this. I've never asked you this question, and because of your, past work and stuff, and the things you watch on TV, how do things like that affect you? Like, I mean, do you even, I don't mean do you process them, but like, I mean, you've had to be so desensitized. I mean, like Parkland almost put me in bed for a week. Like Parkland knocked me off my feet a few years ago. Now, I had a former student that was a teacher in that school, and so, and it was really close to home, right? So there was a whole thing with that, but.
So I don't internalize things like you do.
No, you don't.
I have reactions to them, but they're not. They're not Kathy reactions. Let's just put it that way.
Sheila, absolutely, it is, because you were called in to do work there, and that's interesting. That is where we first. I mean, obviously, didn't know each other, but crossed paths, and then all these years later, we have been in each other's life for a long time. So, Sheila, I was thinking about you this morning and wondering how you were doing and how you were feeling, because my good friend Sheila here, she was one of the folks brought in to handle not just the grief stuff that was going on, but also the compounded suicide issue that came after. And so how are you, my friend? I hope you're well today, and I hope you're doing something this weekend to take care of you, because you and I have the same personality, and we don't always do that, right? Right. That is very true. So, were you living in Hawaii at the time and they bring you in, or were you back in the States, back in the continent? Sheila has lived everywhere. Alaska, Hawaii. Our paths crossed as friends because her late husband came to work at Florida Southern, and we worked together, and we started, everybody hears about Straight Talk. Her husband Bud and I started Straight Talk together. And originally, our original plans for Straight Talk was Bud was going to handle the boys, and I was going to handle the girls, and we were going to have da-da-da-da. But it morphed into a much bigger thing than any of us ever thought it would, and continues still on my TikTok and stuff today. So yes, you don't internalize things the same way. I think there are a lot of people that don't, right?
I think most people don't. So
people who are empaths, like myself or Sheila, look at him, Sheila. He's rolling his eyes.
Empaths.
We are. We feel things. We feel things strongly.
Okay.
And then you have people like you who are stone walls or pillars. I don't know. You feel things, but you don't express it. But I don't think you internalize. I don't think you internalize external things the way somebody like Sheila and I do. Sheila had just come back from the islands and was the CEO of Hospice of Northern Colorado at the time. Are you Googling something? I didn't mean, by the way, that my husband's stone cold, but because of not just the jobs you've had either, but just the way you were brought up too, because my family was brought up, we are a huggy, touchy, lovey, I love you family. You hear me talk to my cousin, you're going to hear me say, I love you. You're going to see me hug. You're going to see me, all of you that know me know I'm a hugger. And that is not something your family did.
Not much.
Not much. Your dad hugged me about 2 or 3 months ago. He hugged me. Wendell hugged me. We had come out of the surgeon's office, and I don't know, something happened, and your dad hugged me, and I almost cried because that's the first time he's ever hugged me. I can probably count.
I thought he was dying or something.
I know. I can probably count on 2 hands the number of times you've hugged me. That's not your love language. Food is your love language. So he's tried to kill me this week, but luckily it wasn't. It didn't work. He made he made a
Oh, it was awful.
dark.
It was a black velvet cake. Another
Thank
recipe I got
goodness.
off the internet.
Thank goodness it was not, because it could have killed me if it had been really good.
I think I beat the hell out of it because it was just too dense.
It did too dense, but you did get a new.
Okay, it went to the garbage.
You got a new kitchen toy.
It's a shredder.
I'd never seen one, but it allowed him to make the best coleslaw I've eaten in ever.
Yeah, it's kind of like the coarseness of like KFC's, which is what I like. The small. I don't like shredded. Just like diced. It's really good.
It was really, really good. It was really good. So,
And I hadn't known about those before. I had seen them, but had forgotten them. And a friend of mine was over last week and mentioned it, and I Googled it, and back to memory banks.
we'll try that. It was delicious. So, Troy's cooking has put me beauty on a budget as far as like I've been packing my lunch every day I go off, and so saving money and eating. Well, I was gonna say eating, but I'm eating good
More.
food. The problem is I'm eating more food because it's delicious. Delicious. So Sheila, I don't know if you heard me ask you, but what are you going to do to take care of yourself this weekend? Because again, these dates as they come up, they bring back that cell memory for those of us that do internalize things, that do feel the emotions of situations, and making sure you take good care of yourself this weekend is important. So make sure you do that. So what else has been going on?
I think I just heard the long guys pull up. No, not much.
Well, anything new at work?
Not really. It's a boring week.
You've
I
had
don't
one.
know. I just roll with it.
Just roll with it. That's okay. We have a PET scan for your dad today,
Yep.
and you've got your posting. Hey, that's something you guys can help up with. Troy has, since he's now gotten all of his insurances approved and is, doing the Blue Cross and United, all the big ones and everything. He's been posting about his telehealth practice in local groups and that kind of stuff. But if any of you belong to a group in your area, I don't know, something of Daytona Beach or, whatever, and people post about availability for medical or other things, send me the name of that group, because his telehealth practice is statewide. And so he's got some good information.
It's really hard to advertise, to promote a psychiatric practice without seeming like an ambulance chasing lawyer. And I'm trying to keep some class with it so it's not going very fast.
Well, you're not an ambulance chaser, and that's absolutely not been the idea behind your business model, is to reach underserved,
Right.
and marginalized populations. So those of you that serve those, if you've got some ideas for him for, just putting his information out, let me know, put it in the comments, send us a message. We could
I'm
use
looking
that.
for groups all over the state on Facebook, but those are basically the only ones that I know of. And I have found some pretty much in every place that I'm looking, but it's not like a whole that. I've got the different areas, but these group sizes aren't. They don't. There's not a whole lot in there.
A lot of people, yeah.
Right, that people, because a lot of the groups, only people that are in the groups can see what's
Right.
posted.
Right, almost all of them, yeah, for sure. The other thing that I posted yesterday, if you are a medical provider that needs CEs. I have a free CE and CME domestic violence class on May 17th. It's Friday. It's at 6:30 at night. It's virtual, so you can do it from home. Not many times these days can you get a free CE, or in this case, 2 hours. But AHEC is sponsoring it for free. They're not charging. So if you are interested in that, the flyer is posted on my Facebook page, my personal Facebook page, where you're watching this. And please spread the word, send it around to folks. It's always good to be able to get your credits for free if you have that opportunity. So if you need domestic violence for your licensure, whatever your field is, the number is on there to call and register, and yeah, sign up. Well, I guess we're gonna cut out of here.
Yeah, that's getting ready to get loud.
He doesn't have much to say today. Like, he's just quiet. So, but we're gonna cut out, and I have to get ready to take Wendell to his PET scan, and our yard folks are here, so it will get loud. He's right about that. Be watching this weekend. We will be updating. I have not done an unboxing in a long time. We've got all kinds of stuff that's come in. So we'll get that done. The t-shirts are here, so we'll get that done. If you ordered a t-shirt and you're not going to Tanzania, make sure you message me so I can figure out where I'm going to send that to you. And if you haven't paid, you can pay via Cash App or Venmo or however you want to do it. And if you didn't order one and you want one, we do have a few extras. So you're welcome to buy one if you'd like to, for a donation. So we will check out of here. Everybody have a safe weekend. Make good choices. Be careful out there, and be the boss of your brain. Oh, big shout out. Sorry, I scared him. Big shout out to all the Friends Together folks. If you hadn't heard, Tom Evans has been in the hospital. He's home. They thought he had a stroke, but he didn't. It's Bell's palsy. And if you're friends with him on Facebook, send him a message. He's not talking on the phone yet, but I know he'd love to hear from you guys. And just keep sending him all the good vibes you got, that he gets well really fast. And send Sue, his wife, all the good vibes you got, because she's got to have him at home taking care of him until he gets better fast. So, all right. Peace.